What's up, YouTube? Another video, Jay Hen again. Just gonna do a quick video today, Friday, May 6th. It's 5:15 in the morning, and I usually be gone by now, but I don't have a load. Got to Ackley, Ohio yesterday and unloaded. So it was about 2 o'clock when I got done, and I noticed my dispatch didn't call me all day, so I knew he was looking for a load. So when I called him, he said the market was down yesterday, and it was a little late. He just told me to go get some rest, and he'll find some in the morning. Bad thing about that, I'm up early. I've been up since 3 o'clock. Went in, did my hygiene, and got my coffee. And he ain't gonna get in till 8 o'clock. So like I said, it's 5:15. That's another 3 hours. So I end up getting me some breakfast and probably do a little exercise. But anyway, it's the end of the week. Everybody know at Nova Lines, all our time and paperwork goes in at midnight on a Friday. So whatever you make between Saturday through Friday at midnight goes on your next week's payroll or settlement. So hopefully I can grab a load first thing this morning and probably head back towards St. Louis and go home. Like I said, I'm only from here, I'm in Waterloo, Iowa. I'm only 5 hours and maybe 30 minutes away. So we'll see. But last week, my settlement, let me see, I started off, where did I go? Oh, I left the house in East St. Louis and dropped off in St. Joseph with a load paying $3,200. So my 80% of that was $2,560. Then from there, I picked up in Charleston, Illinois. Yup, I did head it from St. Joseph, Missouri, all the way to Charleston, Illinois, which is about 200 some miles. And I picked up a load going to Belcamp, Maryland, that paid $4,200, and 80% of that was $3,360. And from Belcamp, I shot over to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is about 70 miles away. And I delivered in New Salem, Pennsylvania, which is really Pittsburgh. It's like the suburbs of Pittsburgh. That was a $2,000 load. And 80% of that is, say, $1,600. So altogether, the gross total pay was $9,400. And Novaline take their 20%, that left me with $7,520. So out of that $7,520, my truck note, trailer note, cargo securement, registration, liability insurance, maintenance repair account, and my health insurance, that fixed rate, $2,276.28 was deducted. Then I had some tolls too coming through the Northeast. You always gonna have tolls. Now this one here in Warrendale, what is called Warrendale PTC, it was a $52 toll, which is, I think, is astronomically high. But anyway, and I had one for $9, another one for $9, one for $6.70, one for $4.60, one for $6.70. So the total tolls was $88. And then my fuel came out to be $1,933.16. So you deduct all of that from $7,520. My bring home pay that went to my bank account was $3,222.56, which ain't bad for a week's pay. Some people don't make that in 2 or 3 months, but I'm in a whole nother industry, so And I think my total, yeah, it said right, my total miles, I drove 1,762 miles, 0.35. So $3,200, that was my bring home pay. Then I got another email last night. Said something about a monthly review, which I never got before, but it said monthly review. Oh, here it is right here. So they sent me a monthly review, April overall review. So they got a comparison between March and April. So it say milestones at the top, and it say time off. It say March I took off 2 days, which I don't understand that. I had to do 34-hour reset at some point, so I don't know how they got that calculated. Then it say April I had 10 days off, which kind of makes sense because I had to take my CDL twice because I failed, like I said, the first time. Then I had to go back a couple days later. And I don't know. But March miles driven, I drove 11,718 miles in March. In April, I drove 8,147 miles. In March, my gross pay was 43,813. April, my gross was 31,600. So that's a big difference. That's almost $12,000, $11,000. I had no violations, none of that. So that's just a review they sent me. Like I said, I've never seen that before. I guess they're trying something new. But anyway, I'm off to about an average week. Excuse me. I started off leaving the house. I went to Earth City, Missouri, which is about 40 minutes from where I live, and I had a load paying, I think it was $2,400. And from there, I had a big load that was paying going to PA, paying $4,500, but that got canceled right when I got to the shipper, so they didn't have my load ready, so we had to re-strategize. Dan came up with a quick solution. I told him he was losing time, so I drove to Bonne Terre, Missouri, and picked up, I forgot what it was, but it paid $25.50, and I took that down to Longview, Texas. Oh, I picked up some lime, that's what it was, some lime, and I took that to Longview, Texas, to Nucor Steel. And everybody that drive flatbed for any period of time, you'd have been to Nucor Steel at least one time. They all over the country. And this is my first time delivering lime, and I'm like, damn, what they gonna do with the lime? So I figured they're gonna mix the lime in with the steel when they process the steel. And lo and behold, when I got to the guard shack, he said, "You going to the melt shop?" I was like, "The melt shop? Only thing they can melt here is steel." And I know to melt steel, you gotta be at least 2,800 degrees. And sure enough, he pointed towards the melt shop. He said, "It's right there, but you gotta go all the way in the back." So I'm looking at the melt shop, and all I see is a big orange ball of fire. I'm like, oh man, I know it's hot over there. So once I got back there, it was so hot. It had to be 125 degrees, and that's on the outside. So I can imagine what it was like on the inside. I don't see how those guys work there. My hat goes off to them. You got to be in that heat to melt that steel to take care of your family. You got to do what you got to do. Couldn't have been me. I'm talking about when I got through untarping, unstrapping, everything I had on was soaking wet. It was just like I got out the swimming pool. I had to take all that stuff off before I made a move out of that plant. So from there, I drove to Shreveport, Louisiana, which is about an hour and 20 minutes from Longview, Texas. And I went to the port and picked up some coils. 5 coils weighed 47,000 pounds, and I got there right at 5 o'clock. And of course, they want you to be there before 5. And the lady at the desk, she had an attitude, but I'm here to make money. I ain't got time to be dealing with your attitude. So that's the load I brought up here to Ackley, and we got that unloaded yesterday about 2 o'clock. And it got late in the day, and that's what brought me over here to Waterloo at the truck stop. So hopefully this morning we can get us a load headed towards the house. And hopefully I don't know, maybe we can get something paying $1,300, $1,500 on a short run somewhere close to the house and get it dropped off today, and that can go on the books for tonight. If not, then we can get a big load starting off the next week. So it is what it is. Things change all the time in the trucking industry, and just want to update you guys. Still with Nova Lines. The money's good, the company's good. You don't deal with a lot of people. Only person I really talk to is dispatch. Every now and then I might talk to safety in that regards. I'm gonna end this video. Everybody be safe. Watch the people around you. Everybody texting, talking on the phone. They got attitudes out here. It's gonna start getting hot. You know how that go. So y'all be safe and God bless.